Live from Radio Row at Super Bowl 60 in San Francisco, this is Roy Kessel with Sports Philanthropy Network, and we're very excited to have with us today two special guests from BetterBrain. So we've got the founder, Tom, and we've got Patrick that are with us today. So we're excited to learn more about the work that you're doing. So Tom, I'm going to start with you because you're the founder here. Tell us how this became part of your passion and vision.
Well, thanks for having us. The short answer is I and my co-founders wanted other families to have access to what mine never did, which is really good scientific information and a practical way to apply it to help folks improve their brain health and hopefully never end up with dementia or Alzheimer's.
So when you decided to start that, you said this is something you never had. How did you get into that space? What did you not have?
It was my mother-in-law, Becky Morgan, who suffered through Alzheimer's for about a decade, and I saw the toll on her and my family, and that was the primary impetus to start the company.
And then Patrick, for you, why did this become a passion area for you? There's so many causes and great opportunities out there to give back to the world. Why is this the one that you zoomed in on?
Yeah. Again, a personal story of just 11 years in the NFL, 22 years of contact sports growing up, and understanding the older I get that, of course, there was some price to pay for that. And it's not a thought process that's unique to me. I think it's something shared by a lot of NFL retirees. And to understand the science, when I took the time to read up on all the research that backs this company, it was like this big epiphany for me that, wow, if we can get this out to the former player base, it's something of a new lease on life. A lot of us, we live with this fear of what is coming our way, and we can become fatalistic, and it can sort of cripple you in a sense over a long time. More from a philosophical approach as much as anything. Towards life and what you want to accomplish, but nonetheless, seeing here that we can kind of reach back in time and rewrite our risk-reward contract that we signed when we decided to play professional football, it's nothing short of earth-shattering.
Yeah, it's very hard because one of the challenges in the concussion space and the brain health, right, is you can't see it. Almost everything else in our bodies in today's world, there's imaging, there's other things that we can really see what the problem is, we can figure out how to correct it. So talk a little bit about the system that you've developed and how that helps support people that are going through challenges.
Sure, it's such a good question, by the way. So until recently, what you said was largely true. We didn't really know what or how to see things in advance of symptoms emerging. I'm starting to forget things and so forth. That's all changed. So in fact, science has developed actually quite a few ways, both some basic blood tests, as well as some assessments that exist to understand 20, 30 years in advance the parts of the body that are affecting your brain and whether those are in good shape or need some improvement. So one of the things we do at BetterBrain is we help people take that information, get that information if they don't have it, to help them better understand their body and their brain so they know where and how to act.
I think that's one of the things that's been challenging with a lot of the athletes that we work with, right? There's a lot of potions, lotions, powders, neurofeedback, other types of things. There's a lot of ways to help, but very few of them are quantifiable or measurable in terms of showing you what that return is. So how does this system support that?
Well, what we try to do, and I will admit, there is no single test, there's no single score. We take together about 100, 120 different biomarkers across the systems of the body that matter most to the brain, and we do quantify those, and we help people understand, are these optimal or are they suboptimal? We aggregate those together into a score. So people both have a single score, we call it just a brain score, nothing fancy, but they can see more importantly underneath that score and where they're doing great and where there's opportunities to improve.
Patrick, for you, as you went through your NFL career, what did you notice? How did you first become aware of some of the difficulties that were going on?
Fortunately, it wasn't personal, firsthand experience, but certainly plenty of news of former players, some struggling, some coming to tragic ends. And that's what sort of leads to this sense of helplessness that a lot of guys feel, when they retire and they realize that there was a price to pay cognitively. They're not sure what that is. For the first time in my retirement, when BetterBrain came along, I said, oh my gosh, I can control these factors. Yes, traumatic brain injury is a factor that lends towards Alzheimer's dementia, but there's countless other factors that I have control over that can now fight against any damage done.
So if people want more information about BetterBrain, what's the best resource for them to get that?
Super simple, betterbrain.com. And important to note, we have our base offering is free forever. And so we've tried to take the best scientific information. We've created a set of AI-powered tools, and those are available to anyone at no cost forever at betterbrain.com.
Well, Tom, Patrick, thank you so much for joining us on Radio Row. We appreciate your time. Would love to have you guys fill in a card here for our wall of philanthropy and tell us what you're passionate about, and we'll put it up there. And thank you for sharing your story.
Great. Thank you, Roy.
And for all of our viewers and listeners, thank you for joining us live from Radio Row at Super Bowl 60 in San Francisco. This is Roy Kessel signing off. Please remember to live generously.